Bellevue City Councilman John Chelminiack loves to be outdoors with his family and dogs. Their cabin at Lake Wenatchee is a favorite getaway from daily life. But one dark night while walking his dogs, it's where John's life nearly ended.
And the next thing I heard was the exhale of the bear, and I knew I was in trouble. She launched directly into me, and we were in just this battle.
From inside the cabin, his wife and daughter heard yelling.
And it was that point that I realized it was John, and he was calling for help.
She was clawing and biting, and I was trying to fight her off.
I ran back upstairs to get the phone, my mom's cell phone, and then dialed 911 and gave it to my mom.
Lynn took the phone with her outside.
I could see then what I thought was a large dog. Just in a split second, it was, oh gosh, that was a bear. And it wasn't too far away from me. It was just a couple feet, maybe 3 feet away from me. I could almost touch it.
Then she saw John lying in the driveway, so torn up he was almost unrecognizable.
You know, essentially my face and head had been torn apart. I'd been torn all the way down to the spine. The left side of my body was really damaged, and I was in no ability to fight at that point. I was pretty much done.
Lynn could see the bear pacing in the darkness nearby.
Trying to monitor John and then monitoring where the bear was, and I was pretty scared. But I remembered that I needed to stay with John, had to make sure he kept breathing.
Armed with only a tiny flashlight and the loudest yell she could muster, Lynn stood between that bear and her husband.
I was worried about broken bones, spinal cord injury. I knew I needed to stay with him.
And she did, as it turns out, really all of the right things in the case of a bear attack. She was loud, she stood her ground, she made herself obvious to the bear, and that kept the bear at bay, that kept her away.
Yeah, I think I was pretty loud.
Intense.
It was intense, it was pretty scary, but I wasn't gonna leave.
But to just have her there with me, and telling me that things were going to be okay, telling me not to die. That was part of the strength to get it through.
John was rushed to the nearest hospital and then airlifted to Harborview.
You know, their efforts, Lynn's efforts, Megan's efforts, the EMTs, all of the people who came in contact with me that night, that saved my life. I wouldn't be here. I'm sure I would not be here.
People have asked John if, during the attack, his life flashed before his eyes.
What I was thinking of was how much more of a life I had with them and how much I wanted to be a part of that, and that's what was really on my mind. Truly, I love them dearly, and they put their lives at risk for me.